live show streaming at you on IGN, youtube.com/E3, Roku, and IGN's Xbox Live app. I'm Naomi Kyle, and we're ready to bring you 3 days of exclusive live demos and interviews. Now, if you're just tuning in, Microsoft just showed off some brand new Xbox One games. Stop by e3.ign.com later today. If you missed any of those segments, we'll have them linked on the main show schedule. Up now, we have Respawn Entertainment's very first game, filled with mechs, guns, and general mayhem. Get ready for Titanfall.
As I live and breathe, Vince Zampella, how are you, good sir?
Good to see you.
How does it feel to have this Titanfall out? People have seen it now. They know it exists. They're excited.
After 3 years of keeping it to ourselves, it feels really good to kind of have it out there in the wild.
Been a long road. If people don't know at home, you're one of these guys. You created that Call of Duty stuff. I hear that's popular. People like that franchise a bit.
I've heard that.
Now you're branched out, doing your own thing. This Titanfall. We're going to look at some footage here from the Microsoft conference. Tell me all about it. What is Titanfall in a nutshell?
Titanfall is really about the team at Respawn got together, created something that was, it's a first-person shooter, so it's something familiar yet. We wanted to do something new, expand the boundaries a little bit, kind of push it. So Titanfall is our take on kind of a difference in gameplay. And it's with the Titans and the pilots, they're two distinct, kind of classes. You call in a Titan, so it's part of you. It's an extension of you.
They're these big mech-looking guys, right? We climb in their chest.
Yeah, it's more like an extension of today's, kind of exoskeleton-type armor.
Gotcha.
It's that balance of big versus small, of the balance of there's areas in the map where only pilots can go.
Gotcha.
There's areas in the map where pilots are kind of at a disadvantage because they're out in the open and Titans kind of rule. So it's that balance of interior levels where only pilots can go, exterior levels where Titans kind of dominate, and this balance between the two of how do you make them work really well together and provide support for each other and not unbalanced. Like, you never want to be the game where it's like, okay, I need to wait until I can call in a Titan, that's when I really start to power up. No, there's times where you don't want to be in a Titan. There's times where it's better to be a pilot because you're more agile.
Yeah,
you can wall run, you can double jump, you can get up to places that a Titan could never reach.
And as we're seeing in the footage here, of course, jetpacks. If you didn't know, that's for Greg Miller. That's an immediate check. I'm buying this game. You got some jetpacks in there. That's what I want to see. Now, as we look at it, and I hope you don't mind here, your game's quite beautiful.
Well, thank you.
This is a very, very good looking. Yesterday we saw all these conferences. A whole bunch of different shooters were put out in front of us. One of the best looking, I think, for sure. I'm a big fan of the HUD, let alone how everything looks animation-wise. How much work goes into something like that? Is that the lion's share of the 3 years trying to get that down?
I mean, the first part of that was, the first year was just kind of figuring out what to do.
Right.
And then, once we kind of locked in on it, then it was, it's a lot of work of making things beautiful, but that comes second. It's really about the core gameplay loop and what that fun is. How do people enjoy it? How is it balanced? Because you never want it to be this unbalanced, mechs dominate and this, that,
Right.
So we have Titans.
You don't want it to be
They
not
are balancing
fun,
it.
right? You don't want to ever be, hey, I'm outside of the Titan. This sucks.
Yeah, that is the most work by far. Making it look beautiful. I mean, our animators, our artists are amazing. We have a huge, art and animation team that just really went to town on this and made it look beautiful. So I don't want to downplay that, but really,
sure,
it is about the balance. It is about the gameplay.
So as we're watching here, describe to me a bit what's going on. This is the single-player game, or is this the multiplayer?
This is multiplayer. This is a multiplayer-focused game.
Yeah.
And I know we got a lot of questions after, people saying, well, when are you going to show multiplayer?
Yeah.
This is multiplayer.
That's awesome.
But it's about taking those kind of signature moments that you're used to seeing in single-player and putting them into multiplayer, where this is, the game. Most people don't finish a single-player game, or if they do, they run through it as fast as possible. And, you can blow through a level that takes 6 months to create in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is about taking all those moments and putting them in the place where people live and breathe. They're in multiplayer for hundreds of hours. So let's put those grand moments here where people can enjoy them more.
So we've climbed into a Titan here. What exactly are we up to? That was awesome. You caught the bullets and you threw them back?
Yeah. You have a shield that will catch the bullets and bounce them back. He just an enemy pilot ejected, and you can eject when your Titan's about to blow. You can try to stay in, or you can eject out of it. You can also disembark from a Titan at any time.
Gotcha.
He just pulled the pilot out of an enemy Titan, which is great to do.
And so then what mode of the game are we playing right now?
This is a hardpoint mode.
Okay.
So it's just, capture a hardpoint.
And then, is there a single-player option at all? I know some people on my Twitter feed were confused about that. I was tweeting you're going to be on, follow me, Game Over Greggy, and that's what they were bringing up. So, once and for all, there is a single-player, there isn't?
It's a multiplayer-focused game. We're not talking about all the different modes, so
Yeah.
we'll have some practice stuff or whatever.
Sure.
The main focus is multiplayer.
And that's, I mean, like watching it run right now, that's what's so amazing, right? Is that it looks like a single player campaign to me, to the naked eye, if you're just glancing at the presentation. So
that was awesome. The goal, so I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
here he's going to slide through the Titan's legs, get picked up, boom!
Look at that, perfect. Yeah, this whole HUD I love. There's something about it that makes it feel, I don't, it's so overused, visceral, right? But like for first-person shooters, it's so easy to just be, I'm a camera with a gun, and how am I going to go do this? And it's team deathmatch. Right. And you're looking at this, and there's so much going on right now, and it looks so pretty.
He's just ejecting out now. Yeah. And he's going to land on the back of the Titan, rodeo him.
Oh, right, here we go. This is one of my favorite parts, when he rips off the thing and starts shooting it in the back.
Going to shoot the brain.
See, that's awesome. That's an epic moment you're not getting in a lot of first-person shooters. Let's run around the map and kill everything.
And it's all about that fluidity. If you see, like, the way he ejected, he landed on the back. We want to keep that speed, that fluidity. That's very important.
Well, let's look. I think you have some more footage. Let's get a little bit deeper into the mechanics and stuff. What you're talking about, that first year settling in on an idea. How far from, hey, I think we should do something with Titans, is it to, I'm going to rip the back off this thing and shoot it and do all this crazy stuff?
I don't even know if I could really tell you.
Yeah.
It's been such an influx of ideas. Some ideas came on early that, ended up recycling back and coming to the forefront again. There was, there was ideas that were out there that were completely different from this game.
Yeah.
So, what we ended up settling on, I couldn't tell you when exactly that idea,
sure.
Formed, and it was just kind of this natural process over a year of coming to the, it was rough, when you have that many talented people in one place kind of vying for, like, I want this. There's a lot of, very outspoken, very talented people.
Right.
So it was, really kind of a hard process to whittle down to just one core idea.
So as we queue up this, expanded mechanics kind of stuff, what did you guys go and put into it, into your actual mechanics to make it more than a first-person shooter?
It's that balance, that big versus small,
yeah.
The kind of David versus Goliath feel, and David can win. It's like it is that balance. And then it's a learning process of making maps that aren't just one map. They're really two maps linked together. It's that internal piece where the pilots can thrive, and that external piece where the Titans can thrive, and mixing them and then balancing them perfectly. So,
how important when I'm playing with other people is communication? Is it a game where I can go lone wolf and kind of sprint off on my own to capture points?
You can a little bit. I mean,
yeah.
It'll be tougher. In certain modes, support that better. Certain maps might support that better. But overall, as with any team game, you generally, the more communication you have, the better.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you know this about me, Vince. I have this PlayStation fan base that follows me around on the Twitter there. They were asking when I announced you were going to be on the show, why do you hate the PlayStation?
I don't.
You got Titanfall coming to the PC, the 360, Xbox One. It looks great. Why no PlayStation at this point?
We made the decision early on to focus on one platform. I mean, we're a startup studio.
Sure.
We're less than 70 developers, so it was just a decision to focus down. Gameplay's important. Let's focus down on one platform. Get it right. It's a new IP from a team that has to gel together. It really was just about focus. It's nothing about PlayStation hate. We love the PlayStation. We have a lot of guys that are huge PlayStation fans,
sure.
including myself. It really is focus. And then with the Microsoft Cloud stuff, it gave us the opportunity to work with them. I mean, all these things that you see running around, they're not all players. Some of these are AI.
Okay.
Not bots, AI. We want them to be, it's noticeable. There are AI just like in a single player game.
Right, smart, have their own personality, be able to go do things for you.
They will do things for you, that you can follow them around, they'll show you, they'll give you cues on the map and where to go.
Yeah.
That stuff lives on the dedicated servers that the cloud provides for us.
Interesting.
And being able to work closely with Microsoft to kind of form what that cloud is was great for us.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting, right?
Yeah,
is this running off of Xbox One hardware here?
It is.
Okay. So yeah, to get on, I guess, the ground floor pretty much, right? Where they're like, what do you guys need us to do? How do we make this work? Is that how it works? I've never made video games, so I don't know.
It's a little bit of, they have strong ideas. Microsoft's got a great team up there, a huge team. They come to us with idea. We say, well, what we really need, we're trying to do things like this. And they'll look at the problem and say, okay, here's how we can fix it. Here's how we can make it more accessible for you.
Yeah.
So it's more of us getting our ideas into them to let them build specifically for a game. Instead of just an idea.
As we move into this next generation, would you like to see more developers do this where we're going to commit to a game on one platform and try to make it as best? It seems like sometimes, right, when you go to every platform, things get watered down. You miss a step here or there.
I think it depends on the team. I mean, if you're a well-established team with well-established tech and you can do it more easily, then I think it's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't say there's a need to focus for every team. Yeah. I think for us, it was a good decision.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding. Like, I mean, it's one of those, that's what you always talk about when you see a game that is exclusive to a console. It knows that console so well, right? There aren't those little flips there. And the gameplay, you have my attention. When does Titanfall come out?
Comes out in spring 2014.
Vince, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I hope you have a lovely E3. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, IGN's going nowhere. IGN Live will be here nonstop with all your cool video game news. Hey, Naomi, what's coming up next?
Well, I'll tell you, Greg. So how did Titanfall look to you guys? Please let us know. Tweet at IGN with the hashtag E32013. Also, check out our Facebook for additional updates, videos, and general hijinks. Coming next, we have some very special guests, voice actors Troy Baker and Travis Williamson. Coincidentally, they both happen to be voice actors in an upcoming PS4 exclusive, Infamous Second Son. We'll see you soon.